So this is a book, The Cosmic Law. So the cosmic means heavenly or natural laws of cosmic awareness, and awareness means to be. Let me just read. The universal law is the knowledge. So the cosmic law, the heavenly law, is the knowledge, the awareness that all things, that all life has within it vitality, that strength to gather from itself all things necessary for its growth and fruition. So if you read through the 12 gifts of JESHURUN, so the knowledge that we need is already built into us. And that's what Jeremiah 31, verse 31, going downwards is saying. We don't need to be taught by anyone the law. That knowledge is within us. The awareness, I talked about our ability to know good or to distinguish between good and evil, is also inbuilt in us. That all things, that all life has within it the vitality. So all the important powers and strength and gifts that we need to know the Redeemer are built into us. All the important qualities that we need to be saved are built into us. And if we look into ourselves, we normally say, God is within us. What does it mean? It means we can gather from ourselves all things necessary for us to grow and be fruitful. And if you read into Exodus chapter 28, it says, if you keep my law, if you love me, I'll bless you. I'll bless your wombs. I'll bless you. You'll have children. Your land will be fruitful. There is nothing that can get your spirit. Therefore, this is be fruitful, be blessed in flesh and spirit. So this is what cosmic or heavenly law or universal law means. And this is the foundation of the whole Bible. So the cosmic laws of cosmic awareness, it's a book. It's first written 1972 to 2008, published in 2009 in the, what country is this one? In the US. So I'm going to talk about some things when we talk about cosmic, the law of cause and effect. So the big thing that we have to concentrate in is fear. So I know what we are thinking right now, because fear is what we have to address, and fear is already eating you where you are seated, where you are listening to this, because fear is the weapon of the devil. So this will be talking about all the laws of heaven or the universe: the law of love, the law of mercy, the law of gratitude, the law of one. So the law of one, if you look at the 12 gifts, it talks about oneness, it talks about love, it talks about mercy or forgiveness, it talks about karma, it talks about patience, respect, example, tolerance, awareness, unity, eternal unfulfillment, honesty, Tao, essence, vacuum, co-creation. There are a lot of them. I'll just scroll through so that you could see, even the law of money is here, the law of poverty is there, the law of magic. So these are the laws which we use. Some we take them, the law of thermodynamics, we use them define what we say is science. Some takes them, they define what they call is the law, like the lawyers, and they talk law. So what do you think they get their foundation from? The cosmic law. And then the business people, they'll be talking about cause and effect when they are selling and doing that and all those things. Some will talk about the reliabilities, and some will be talking about responsibilities. So there are a lot. The law of sex, we take things for granted, not even realizing the law of sex exists, and it's there, and we just follow it. It tells you, you have age, you must have children, and then you start acting in the manner that will make you go and have children, whether a man or a woman. Behave so, enjoy all the benefits and that comes with it. So there are a lot of them. So now I'll look at the law of cause and effect. Page 86, the law of cause and effect. So this page 86 will be we are addressing the law of cause and effect. Within the individual, the entity, the vibration rate, the force begins to move towards its own personal growth and fruition in expressing itself through its own will and volition, through its own creative energy. There comes about a time within that force becomes aware of resistance to its energies, whereby the force become aware that its energies and its expressions are being hindered. This is the beginning of the law of cause and effect. So the law of cause and effect, as an individual, when you begin, just like as a child or as a plant or as a seed, let's take a seed, and then you take peu or seed, and then you put it in the ground, like planting it. And the law of cause and effect is going to cause it to move towards its own personal growth. So the forces within it and the chemical reactions within it, they force it to try to grow and reach its potential. The same happens to us as individuals, as children. And in doing so, it's expressing itself through its own will. And that own will is the law. It has to act within the law and evolution of its creation through its own creative energy. There come a time within that force become aware of its resistance. So the seed, let's say take the seed, so we are putting that seed in the soil, burying it, and within its force, within its nutrition and the programming of itself, it come to realize that now there is a force within itself that is resisting, or maybe should I say it has reached a boundary there, and that force that is causing resistance to its energy, and then it start to force that energy now realize it has to burst forth. So it become aware that its energies and its expression are being limited and hindered. So what does it do? Now the law of cause and effect become into play. So it will burst out of its containing the boundary of the seed, and it will push the soil, try to find the sun out there so that it could do the photosynthesis and all those things. So that's the law of cause and effect. So for it to break through the hindrance that it has to make a decision, whether it's aware of that decision or not. but it's a program. It's running. So now, things like I talked about a plant. A plant, they run through a program that is fixed. They behave the same way, but we are different because we are made into the image of God. So we have freedom of choice to deviate from how your mother grew up or how your father grew up or the decisions they made. You could choose to act different. So our freedom to choose to make decisions for ourselves then makes us different from the trees. Make a child or the original ovum and sperm to behave different from a seed of a maize when they grow up. Because a plant will just become plant, they behave the same. But a person would start to behave different because everything in creation works for us as the image of God. Therefore, they save us. They are tailored to behave a certain way, but we are the main character. Ba polelo yena ya lobupo lote kana tiro ya modimo. We are the image of creation before the creation of the Father. Before I wanted to post this, but I thought maybe I should do just a small lesson about it. The fabric of creation is the natural law, also known as the cosmic or heavenly law. The law of cause and effect. The wise people fear the cause. They avoid rattling feathers, doing something that could have negative impact or negative results. The fools, they do bad things, but they fear. Okay, the wise people fear initiating something that they don't understand, basically. A child will avoid anything they are not familiar with because they are still innocent. But the fools, they just go through everything. But they fear the results of their own actions. So the wicked, they are paranoid because they behave as if their actions, the outcome of their actions, should not be predictable. So the people of the world are mostly fascinated by illusions. What does it mean? And the world means people outside the law of God, people who do not understand the heavenly law, the cosmic law, the natural law. So they start to behave and are fascinated by dreams. Dreams means not real, not a reality. So it's like their whole life is dramas and movies. So they never face reality. So they will just imagine, okay, if I stand still and throw a stone upward because it's my stone, it won't hit me. So that's an illusion. They are avoiding the law of gravity. Everything that goes up will come down by its own weight. So whatever you throw, if it's heavy, then it will hit you heavily. So in conclusion, the law of cause and effect is what in science we say for every action there is a reaction. And I think that it's still the moral law. So it's still the same word or the same gospel that we preach in Judgment Day, on Judgment Day, what we are going to present there is your action. And the judgment will be the reaction of your action. If you did good, the reaction from the Lord will be to bless you and get you into Eden. If you did bad, then the reaction of the Lord will be to cast you away because you rejected love. How you were acting, you were not bringing peace to yourself. You are not bringing peace to another person. You are not bringing peace to the creation of God. So this is the gospel. The gospel is the law of heaven, and it's not limited to English. So if we never knew the white man, then it means it wouldn't mean that we will escape judgment because we never knew English. The trees were growing. The seeds of the trees were behaving just as they behave now when we know English. The rivers were behaving just the way they would behave. Why don't the river behave different? Because they follow the law. If they break the law, then they will sin because they are angels of heaven, according to Psalm 140 and Psalm 148. So all angels, whether they are chickens, whether they are plants, whether they are clouds, whether they are it's the fire, they have to conform to the law of heaven. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with the Creator. And the Creator of everything visible, according to John chapter 1, is the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word, there's nothing that visible and invisible that was created by that was not created by the Word. Because the Son and the Father are one. And it doesn't matter whether you are Herero or whether you are Chinese or whether you are white. The natural law governs you. Whether you know the name of Jesus or you don't know, whether you call the Son of God by what name, whether you call the Father by what name, the law of cause and effect will always be there. You found it, you will leave it when you die. Therefore, a cause is an action. Effect is the result of your action. So, for us to be comfortable, then let's find our actions to be done in love, because love is the biggest law and its godliness. Then the effect of love is peace and tranquility. Amen.